Setting the context of this ceremony and this event, ladies and gentlemen, I request now, I invite our co-chairperson, National Education Council, ASSOCHAM, Professor Mrs. Ranjana Kulkarni for her lovely address. I request all of you, please give a big hand and welcome her.
Thank you very much to the host, and good morning to everybody present here. My greetings to everybody on the dais and all the erudite academicians in the hall. A very warm welcome to this EduMeet 2024, Pioneering 5.0. And I think one of the biggest demands of 5.0 is our own ability to stay agile and adaptable, and I think we have shown that by role modeling this morning, because we had to be adaptable to to some of the changes required in the schedule. So we are doing the context setting conversation only now. It's a pleasure for me and an honor to be here in my role as the co-chairperson of the ASSOCHAM National Education Council. Parminder ji already spoke about ASSOCHAM at the overall level. It's one of the largest industry bodies in India today, over 450,000 members in the country. And the National Education Council is a very vibrant council. I'm part of many of the business chambers of commerce, but I find that the ASSOCHAM National Education Council is the most regional and decentralized. There are over 16 regional chapters and many hundred educational institutions that are part of the council, and I would urge those of you who are not members of the National Education Council of ASSOCHAM to definitely become part of it, because very many opportunities to be part of platforms like this, where we can exchange stories, share best practices, work together on many joint priorities, and I think it's a great platform to be part of. Today we meet as we are closing almost to the close of the calendar year of 2024 and poised to start 2025, and a great lineup of speakers is joined us today to talk about what education means for 2025, for Industry 5.0, what is Education 5.0. Today we are standing at the cusp of a huge potential of development and growth for our country. I feel that in the coming 2 decades, India is going to be the biggest mega trend. We are a 4 trillion economy today. We are going to get to a 30 trillion economy in the coming couple of decades. We will become a top 3 economy of the world, and that says a lot. And therefore, that has a cascading effect as well as an important responsibility for the field of education. So, given the vision of Bharat at 100, I think we have it here as well, of Honorable Prime Minister, and now that we have a state-centered double-engine Sarkar, even in the state of Odisha, what does that mean for us in education? So how can India become the talent supplier, the talent university for the world? I think that is something for all of us to think about here. We have very erudite academicians here. Dr. Saxena is here, Dr. Baloni is here. Many are on the stage and many will join through the day. I think very important for us to think about what can India do to become the talent university of the world, because we are the youngest country of the world. Whether it is Japan average age is 59, we are in 26, 27 range. Similarly, Europe is aging, other parts of the world. So we have the demographic advantage. We have to convert it into an advantage. We have the demographic resources. So number 1, how can we become the talent university of the world? Number 2, what role can education play to become the steam engine, or to become the engine, not just the compartment of the vision of Bharat at 100. I think we have to drive that development, drive the change. So I think that's another question for us. three, given the disruptive national education policy, I speak at many forums around the world. I have not seen this level of excitement in higher education anywhere in the world, which the national education policy brought to India. So propelled by the NEP, how can we give students education which is required, not just what they need to acquire? I think very important. Today a lot of times Mr. Ghosh is here from PwC. Whenever we meet industry partners, they say that we don't get students from academia who are ready for us. So what can we do to come together, come closer, come halfway, both of us, industry and academia, to make sure that students get the education they require, not just what they acquire as a degree and go out. And then lastly, all of us are meeting here in Bhubaneswar, Odisha today. What can we do to make Odisha the hub of education, the go-to place for education for our country and for the world? It's the tagline for Odisha is the best kept secret. I truly feel so. It has beautiful nature, such rich tradition, culture, great resources and great human capital. So what can we do to make Odisha the capital of education, like it has become the sports capital of India in a way? What can we do to make it the education capital of India? So from ASSOCHAM, I would like Parminderji to thank you from the Education Council for putting this event together and bringing all of us together. It's a multi-stakeholder platform. We have Mahapatraji from the government side, we have industry, we have of course academia, schools to higher education, we have different institutions, so it's a great platform. And all of you who are here, I'm sure there's going to be a huge amount of insight and inspiration that you will get through the day, through the various conversations and the talks that will happen here. So I hope you have a great day of learning and assimilation of new ideas, and wish the conference a great success, and look forward to the outcome paper that will come out of it. So all the very best, congratulations, and welcome once more to this EduMeet. Thank you.